There is a place between waking and sleeping that most people ignore. A silent, glowing bridge where your imagination and reality blend into one. Neville Goddard called it the bridge of sleep. Every night, when your body grows heavy and your mind begins to wander, you are standing at the threshold of creation. It is not fantasy. It is not dreaming. It is the hidden portal where consciousness transfers energy into form. Neville said, "Sleep is the key to heaven. Whatever you take with you into that state will live itself out in your world." That sentence carries the weight of universal law. Because what you feel before you fall asleep doesn't disappear. It enters the infinite workshop of your subconscious mind. Think of your subconscious as the gardener of your soul. Whatever seed you drop into its soil right before sleep, it will grow without effort, without delay, without question. Yet most people plant weeds. They fall asleep replaying arguments, fears, or the pain of the day. Their last thoughts are complaints and doubt. And so, they wake up inside the same loop, living proof that their subconscious simply obeyed. But tonight, something different begins. You will step consciously into that portal. You will become the sculptor of your night and the designer of your dawn. Imagine this. As you lay down, your mind is no longer a restless storm. It becomes still, quiet, open. The stillness is sacred. In it, imagination gains authority. Neville understood that imagination is not a daydream. It is the creative power of God within you. He said, "Man is all imagination, and God is man, and exists in us and we in him." To manifest through sleep, you must understand this truth. You are not asking for what you want, you are becoming it. You don't try to attract it, you assume it as if it were already yours. Because assumption is the language of the subconscious. It doesn't understand begging or hoping. It understands only the feeling of already being. So tonight, when you close your eyes, you are no longer a passive dreamer. You are a conscious creator entering the temple of manifestation. You are about to learn Neville's forgotten sleep technique. A simple, profound ritual that transforms imagination into reality in just 3 nights. But first, remember this. Every creation begins in stillness. Every miracle begins with surrender. And every new reality begins when you dare to sleep as someone new. Before we begin, take a slow breath. Feel the air move through your body, anchoring you in the now. Because from this stillness, the magic begins. Neville Goddard taught that assumption is the bridge between desire and reality. He said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption until it becomes your reality." This is not philosophy. It's a formula, a sacred design of consciousness. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are willing to become. And that transformation begins in the subtle space between waking and sleep. That's why this method lasts 3 nights. 3 portals. 3 opportunities to impress your subconscious with a single vibration. The feeling of your wish fulfilled. Night 1, planting the seed. Tonight, you choose one desire. Not 5, not 10. One clear, vivid intention. Could be love, the warmth of connection. Could be wealth, the ease of abundance. Could be healing, peace, or freedom. Whatever you choose, hold it close to your heart. Now, create one short scene, no longer than a few seconds, that could only exist if your wish were already true. If you long for love, imagine feeling someone's hand in yours. If you desire wealth, see your phone light up with the message, "Funds received." If you seek healing, imagine waking up and taking your first deep, pain-free breath. Keep the scene simple and emotionally charged. Don't force details. Don't analyze. You are not building a movie, you are planting a seed. As you lie down, replay the scene gently. Let the edges blur. Let the emotion rise. You might feel warmth in your chest or tears in your eyes. That is the energy of creation stirring. Fall asleep inside that feeling. Don't visualize and then roll over. Drift off while still inside the wish fulfilled. Night 2, watering the seed. On the second night, repeat the process, same scene, same emotion. Your mind might try to doubt it. Ignore the resistance. The subconscious doesn't need logic. It needs consistency. Each repetition waters the seed. Each emotion strengthens the root. You may start to feel a subtle confidence rising. a quiet knowing that something has shifted. Don't chase proof. Don't look for signs. Your only task is to feel it real. Neville said, to feel a thing intensely and then to rest confidently that it is done. This is the secret of prayer. When you surrender into that feeling, your subconscious accepts it as fact. And once it accepts, it must externalize it. That's law. Night 3, the blooming. By the third night, the scene should feel familiar, like a memory, not a wish. You are no longer imagining it. You are remembering it. The shift is subtle but powerful. The more natural it feels, the closer it is to manifestation. You might wake up the next morning with a strange calmness, a sense that the world has already rearranged itself in unseen ways. That is how creation works. The physical world simply catches up to what the subconscious has already accepted. 3 nights. 3 imprints on your inner world. 3 alignments between imagination and matter. If your feeling is pure and unwavering, something must respond. Because the universe doesn't hear your words. It hears your state of being. When you master this, you realize manifestation is not about effort, it's about alignment. You are not trying to make something happen. You are aligning with what has already happened in imagination. Neville called this living in the end. He said, live as though it were true, and it will become true. This is the forgotten power of sleep, the nightly passage through which your imagination writes tomorrow's script. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember, you are stepping into the most powerful creative state known to man. Not awake, not asleep, but standing on the bridge where thought becomes flesh. And as you drift through that portal, whisper to yourself, it is done. Then let go. Trust that what you planted will grow in ways you cannot see. Tonight, something sacred begins to unfold. If you followed the first 2 nights, your subconscious is already listening. It's already rearranging invisible threads of reality around your new assumption. But this night, is where the true alchemy happens. Because now, you're not just visualizing the wish, you're entering it. Neville said, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained, must externalize itself. Notice the words, feeling and sustained. You are not trying to make the image perfect. You are letting the feeling take form. This is the night where imagination becomes the language of your soul. Step 1. Prepare the temple. Before you close your eyes, prepare your environment as if you're about to enter a sacred space. Dim the lights. Breathe slowly. Release tension from your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Because your body is the bridge. If your body is restless, your mind will fight to stay awake. Relaxation is the doorway to creation. Now, as your breath slows, begin to feel gratitude, not for what you have, but for what already is within imagination. Whisper quietly to yourself, I already am. Let that phrase vibrate inside your chest. You're no longer waiting for a miracle. You're remembering that the miracle is already written. Step 2. Enter the scene. Close your eyes. Let the blackness behind your eyelids become a canvas. Don't rush. Wait until the noise of the day dissolves. Now, recall the short scene from the previous nights, the one that symbolizes your desire fulfilled. Maybe it's a hug, a message, a moment of laughter, a deep sigh of relief. Don't watch it as a movie. Step into it. See through your own eyes. Hear with your own ears. Touch, smell, feel. If you imagined holding someone's hand, feel their skin against yours. If you imagined seeing funds received, feel the excitement ripple through your body. If you imagined waking up healthy, feel the fresh air in your lungs. Stay there. Breathe there. The longer you sustain that emotional tone, the deeper the subconscious imprints it as real. Neville called this the sleep of assumption. You're not falling asleep to escape the day. You're falling asleep to enter a new world. Step 3. Drift into the wish. This is the moment where most people lose their power. They imagine, then break the state. They visualize, then check their phone. They pray, then go back to doubt. But not you. Tonight, you'll cross the threshold consciously. As you feel the wish fulfilled, allow your body to grow heavier. Let the edges of the scene soften, like a dream slowly taking over. Don't force yourself to stay awake. The goal is to fall asleep in it. As you drift, you may feel your heartbeat slow, your thoughts dissolve, a warm stillness surrounding you. That stillness is not emptiness, it's creation in progress. You are handing the blueprint of your new reality to the subconscious, which never sleeps. Neville said, "You are God dreaming. When you know this, you can change your dream at will. Fall asleep as the version of yourself who already has it. Not hoping, not waiting, already being. If you do this sincerely, your energy signature changes overnight. Your subconscious begins broadcasting a new vibration, one that calls to matching experiences. And within days, you will start to notice the world reflecting that inner shift. Synchronicities, messages, unexpected opportunities, gentle signs that your new state is becoming visible. Step 4, the sacred morning. When you wake, don't rush into the noise of the day. Keep your eyes closed for a few moments. Feel the residue of the emotion you fell asleep with. If the feeling was joy, feel it again. If it was relief, breathe it in. If it was gratitude, whisper thank you before you move. This anchors the vibration into your waking state. You're merging the dream and the day, making your assumption solid. You may not see instant results, but the shift has already happened. Neville reminded his students, "It is not your job to make it happen. It is your job to accept that it already has. Let that truth guide you as you rise." The universe is adjusting itself quietly, obediently, to the command of your inner world. 3 nights of faith, 3 nights of surrender, 3 nights of creation. Tonight is not the end of the ritual. It's the beginning of the new you. Something begins to shift after the 3rd night. It's subtle at first. A quiet knowing, a calm sense that life is no longer random. You wake up, and the air feels lighter. The world feels softer, as if reality itself has moved slightly to make room for your new state of being. This is not imagination. It's alignment. For 3 nights, you have entered the temple of your subconscious, not as a beggar, but as a creator. You have spoken the language that reality understands. Feeling. Neville said, "The world is yourself pushed out." That means that everything you see, every event that crosses your path, is a mirror of the assumptions you hold within. Your world is not happening to you, it is happening through you. When you realize this, life stops being a sequence of accidents. It becomes a dialogue, a conversation between your inner and outer self. And sleep is where that dialogue begins. The morning after the 3rd night. The first sign of transformation is not a sudden miracle. It's peace, a kind of silence inside your mind that feels both empty and full at the same time. You may notice that the same thoughts that once troubled you now seem powerless. Situations that once triggered you suddenly dissolve with ease. This is because you are no longer reacting from your old self. You have already become the person who lives the wish fulfilled. You are not chasing, you are embodying. Neville said, "Change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live." That's the essence of this technique. When you change your internal state, the outer world reorganizes itself to match it. Effortlessly, precisely, and often miraculously. Signs of alignment. After the 3rd night, the universe begins to whisper. Sometimes it's a message, a coincidence, a name you keep seeing. Other times, it's a person showing up at the perfect moment, or a door opening where there was only a wall before. These are not random. They are echoes of your new assumption finding physical form. When they appear, do not chase them. Do not doubt them. Simply acknowledge them with gratitude. Say quietly to yourself, "Yes, I see you. It's working." Gratitude seals the new reality into place. And remember, manifestation does not always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it comes like a whisper, gentle, seamless, invisible. By the time you notice it, it's already done. The true power of imagination. Neville taught that imagination is not fantasy. It is the creative act of God within you. He said, "Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. What you feel consistently becomes law. Your imagination is not pretending, it is previewing. Each night, as you entered sleep within your wish fulfilled, You were rewriting the blueprint of your life. You were moving from wishing to being, from separation to oneness. This is why Neville often reminded his students that God and man are one, imagination and creation are one. When you dream consciously, you awaken as the creator. Awakening. So now take a moment to breathe. Let the truth sink in. You are not a small being trying to attract a distant blessing. You are the source through which all blessings flow. When you understand this, you stop looking for portals, because you are the portal. Every thought is a doorway. Every emotion is a key. Every act of imagination is an opening into another reality. You are both the dreamer and the dream, the builder and the house, the prayer and its answer. Neville said, "Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness." So tonight, and every night that follows, remember this. There is only one cause, the state you choose to inhabit. Fall asleep as abundance, and abundance must appear. Fall asleep as love, and love must find you. Fall asleep as peace, and peace will live through you. It's not about doing more. It's about being more in imagination first, then in life. The final awakening. You are no longer learning a technique. You are remembering a truth. Creation is not outside of you. It's within you, breathing through you. When you close your eyes tonight, smile gently. Know that every scene, every desire, every dream already exists within the infinite field of imagination. You are not asking life to give it to you. You are simply choosing to remember it. And when you awaken tomorrow, do not look for signs of success. Look for evidence of alignment. Look for peace, gratitude, and joy. Those are the true manifestations. Because in the end, manifestation was never about getting things. It was about becoming the version of yourself who no longer doubts. Who knows? Who is? 3 nights. 3 awakenings. And now, the rest of your life lived as the dreamer aware of the dream. Go to sleep as the creator. Wake as the creation fulfilled. This is Neville Goddard's Forgotten Sleep Technique, and the beginning of your remembrance that you are God imagining.